United have enjoyed their time in Melbourne and they're looking ahead to their next pre-season fixture. And Erik ten Hag's Reds have certainly put on quite a show.
Here's an opportunity. This is Ben Falami. He's going to put it into the middle. Chance here, and it's the opening goal. Oh, Scott McTominay with a deflected effort. Again, it's Delo down the right-hand side. He's going to dig the cross out. Turn towards Anthony Martial, and they have taken advantage of the momentum. A mazy run forward finds Marcus Rashford too. Rashford with the strike. Where's that going? Back of the net, of course. Lovely run from Tahith Chong. Going to get it across goal, and it's been turned home.
As you can see behind me, the Reds are getting put through their paces yet again as they get ready to face some familiar opposition.
Good ball as well. Rooney!
Oh, straight.
Wan-Bissaka, his first goal of the season. Lukaku, 1-0. What a finish! And it could be the winner. Has to go. Oh! What a goal! And then the volley. What a goal! Jesse Lingard!
United will be hoping to make it 3 wins out of 3 on Tour 2022 when they face Crystal Palace right here at the MCG.
We are once again at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the MCG, for match 3 of Tour 2022. We're expecting a bumper crowd again as the locals get ready to see their beloved Manchester United in action. This time they take on Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace. A match which, the end of last season, was a terrible display. This is a new dawn for Manchester United, a new manager, new players arriving all the time. And what we've seen so far on Tour 22, new methods, a new approach, and hopefully we're all set for a better season ahead. Hello, welcome, as I said, to the MCG, this world-famous sports venue. It's been a terrific host for us here in Melbourne, and as I said, there should be a really big crowd again watching it with us here tonight. If you cannot be here to watch the game, then make sure you join us on the official Manchester United app. There you can watch the game in full. With me pitchside, I have, of course, my co-host Zara Connolly and the one and only Captain Marvel, Brian Robson. Robbo.
Evening, Sully.
Evening, mate. First and foremost, what are you hoping to see from Erik ten Hag's side tonight?
A continuation of how we've been playing in the first 2 games. You know, there's been some good football. The boys look as if they're understanding exactly what the manager wants. We've scored some very good goals in the 2 games so far. And so you just want to see more of that. You don't want to get them resting on the laurels because they've got off to a good start. So they don't want to let themselves down. Lads have got to keep the pace up with the game. Do that closing down which the managers work with them on the training ground, and let's get another victory.
And typically wintry conditions here. I mean, Robbo and I have got gloves on. Zara hasn't even got a coat on.
I'm all right.
She's hard as nails.
She is tough, actually, to be fair. But it is a little bit breezy. I mean, is that a problem? It's not really a problem for our lads, is it? They're used to it, and maybe they can do that extra hard running. They can do an extra bit.
So, sometimes, Sully, it's better if you come out and it's really hot weather. It makes it more difficult, you know, to be running about, get your breath and everything and that. So sometimes it's better doing that because you feel that little bit fitter when you go into the season. Coldness like this is not going to affect the boys one little bit, so they'll just get on with it. You know, and the weather's fine. It's not raining and that, so you know, perfect conditions for our boys, really.
Yeah, just severe frost warnings. We weren't expecting that when we came to Melbourne, any of us, were we? Let's have a look at the team news then, shall we? See who Erik ten Hag has selected from the start tonight. He will be obviously making changes as we go, probably less than we've seen in previous matches though. David Hayer's back in net. Tyrell Malacia gets a start, Robbo. What are you hoping to see from him?
No, well, I think it's always good to start a game when people are really fresh, rather than coming on as second half. where maybe a bit of the tempo has gone out of the game. So now you're going to be watching him right from the start and see, can he get into the tempo of the game straight away? So, yeah, it's an interesting start.
Maguire, Lindelof, Dalot, Scott and Fred, Sancho, Bruno, Marcus Rashford and Martial. The attacking lineup looks good as ever, doesn't it, Zara?
It really does. I mean, especially in the previous games that we've had, we've seen Sancho has certainly made an impact on the right there too. But then you've got Elanga as well, and it's going to be good to see how Elanga plays alongside them, especially starting as well, because it just gains a little bit of confidence. And it's a familiar opposition, so they're going to want to work really hard to prove to the manager that they can do well against a Premier League team.
Can Martial get a third goal in 3 games? He seems to be on fire at the moment.
He can. He's been in good form. He looks nice and sharp in training. And in the 2 games, he's done well. He's got his 2 goals. So his confidence should be coming back. And I just feel that he could have a big part to play in the season. You don't look at last season because he lost his confidence. But the year before, he had a really good year playing through the middle. So with him and Cristiano, we've got nice options there. As long as Martial keeps his head on and he's really determined in his performances this season.
Quick look at the Palace side then, a squad which has been depleted due to a number of reasons. Players like Cheick Doucouré signed too late to travel, and then players like Zaha, Guehi and Eze who were unable to enter Australia because of vaccination reasons. So the experience of Milivojevic, the captain, will be crucial. You got Ayew in there, also an experienced player. I mean, that's not ideal for the manager Patrick Vieira, is it, to have his squad almost torn in half with a load of them not being able to come here to Australia?
No, he'll not be happy, because you want to start straight away in pre-season. Get your team together, get them to know exactly what you want. So with half of his squad actually not being here, and especially with them being the experienced players, the only thing that Patrick can take out of this is that the kids are going to get a chance. They're going to get a chance to play in the game, get a bit of experience, but it's not ideal preparation for them.
I mean, Robbo, I've got to ask as well, if you're facing youth as well, they're hungry, they're ready to kind of prove to manager what's going on. In some ways, is that a bit more of a threat to us, because you don't know what you're going to expect, you don't know what's going to be on the pitch?
Yeah, well, you don't know any of their young lads. So, it is going to be one of those where the boys don't know what to expect, so you've just got to play your own game. But you are playing against young lads, and with the experience we've got and the way we've been playing, we've got to capitalise on that and see if we can expose some of their young players.
Yeah, it can be interesting to see, isn't it, Zara? OK, well, I got the chance to quickly catch up with the manager as they left the team bus, get his thoughts on tonight's game. Eric, match 3 of Tour 2022. How happy are you with the development physically and tactically of the players as they get used to your methods?
I see progression from day to day, and that has to be, because 7 August we have to be ready for the start of the Premier League. And then it's good today you have a Premier League team.
What sort of challenge do Crystal Palace offer tonight?
It's a good team, and we got beaten in the last game of the season, so we know we have to be good, we have to do better, the better performance to get the right result.
At what point in pre-season do you start giving players who need it more minutes and rotate the team less and start to have more like 60, 70 or full matches for players?
No, today a lot of players will make a step to 60 minutes.
Important for their physicality? Yeah,
we construct careful, and the fitness has to build, and this is a good opportunity to do that.
Good luck tonight.
So that was Erik ten Hag there. Now, he was talking there, Robbo, about giving the players more minutes in this one. We've seen in the past, 45 minutes, 2 different sides, but it'll be interesting to see which players he's going to give those extra minutes to.
No, that's right. Look, you want to take it steady early on in pre-season, but all the lads have had 45 minutes each now. Now, you've got to build it that little bit more, where you maybe get 60, even 70 minutes from certain players, and then probably in the next game, then the other players will get that sort of time.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you've been meeting a lot of them coming in there as we see the players leave the coach. I mean, they seem pretty relaxed, don't they? By everything we've heard, and you in particular have been close to that first team group and the coaching staff, they are all really, really happy with how things are going, and every single one of them really buying into the manager's methods and taking on board the information. And there is a lot of information to take on.
No, it's good, Sully, that we're nearly back to normality, you know, and it's great to be closer to the lads, watching training, seeing how the manager's setting them up, because all of a sudden you understand what you're, and so when we're doing interviews like this, then you understand it that little bit more.
We're going to have to let you go again now, Zara. This is a point in the show where you do your thing and run off speaking to all the fans. So Zara will go and do that. In the meantime, though, tonight we will, of course, be wearing the new away kit. It looks absolutely fantastic. And there was a brilliant launch at Federation Square right here in Melbourne.
Forward to seeing the players?
Yes, I'm looking forward to see everyone. I'm looking forward to see Sancho, Rashford, everyone. Everybody, I'm looking forward to see everyone.
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's so good. We've been here, me and my mate Josh have been here since 11:30 before midday waiting for the players. Couldn't be looking forward to it more. It's unbelievable.
It's these players that we've watched at 2 a.m. week in, week out, and we get to see them in real life. It's hard to describe. It's amazing.
It's surreal. It's surreal.
Fellas, what do you think? You like it, Bruno?
Oh, I love it. Honestly, I love white and black together. So it's something that I use on my day by day. So for me, it's my favorite one until now. My away kit, the favorite one that signs up at the club. I hope we can get many victories with this one.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what about you, Scott? The away jersey is designed to build on the club's DNA with youth, success, culture, courage. Do you think it depicts that and honours its history?
Yeah, well, we love the first kit, the red one with the collar. Obviously, that's iconic for the football club, and obviously this one's amazing as well. So hopefully everyone enjoys it, and we absolutely love it as well.
Here it is, the jersey. Not quite as good a reveal as the first team doing it in Federation Square in a brilliant event.
Breathing, Sully.
Exactly, yeah. I need to hit the gym a little bit more, I think. But you probably, I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but there's like a helix pattern in there. That's inspired by the DNA of the club. Various jerseys throughout the ages have had that design. And it reminds me of some really cool kits in the past. I'm thinking of one in the mid-90s. I remember one at the late night Ryan Giggs in the shirt above his head, that kind of white, red and black. It's a fantastic design. You were at that event. Firstly, what did you think of the event itself, and how do you think of the new kit?
The event was great. I mean, and the turnout of the fans down here was amazing. I mean, there was thousands there. In fact, you couldn't get anybody else around anywhere around the stage.
Yeah, about 6,000 we're told. That's a lot to turn up for a kit launch.
It is. It was brilliant. It made it a great atmosphere. But I think the shirt looks terrific. You know, the collar's nice. It's not too much sort of black in there, but it's just nice and subtle. And no, I thought it looked really smart on the players, you know, when they had the coats right off.
And were you impressed with just how many fans turned up and the way the whole event was produced?
Well, when you look at it, Sully, not just the event there, you know, 6,000 people turning up for a shirt launch. But, I mean, we had 75,000 the other night. There's supposed to be 75 to 80,000 here tonight. I mean, it's amazing. You're coming all the way down to South Australia and we're getting fans like that. And you've got to say that even the other night, I think it was even more than 2/3 of the fans were all in Man United shirts. I think there will be even more tonight.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of these shirts already on fans here, actually. It's obviously selling well as we start. Just quickly on the shirt before we move on. Now, as a player, did you always want to look smart? You wanted to identify with the kit, or did it not bother you? I mean, you were no-nonsense kind of hard-tackling, aggressive midfielder, but did you ever think about the shirts?
I mean, sometimes if you are wearing a strip which you really feel like looks immaculate on you, and that, like the black one with the yellow, and then the white strips that we've had in the past, you know, you feel as if you've got a presence, and you know, you're proud to be wearing the shirt. So, you know, I'm sure we'll get a reaction from the boys, because I think it does. The strip looks terrific.
It's cool having the badge back on a crest again, isn't it? I always like the designs like that. Okay, now Zara, like we said, has made her way somewhere around the MCG to speak to some of the fans. Let's catch up with her.
Yes, guys, I am now outside the MCG and we're with the fans, and look at this incredible backdrop. It's always amazing when you see stadiums that are in such great cities like this, and we've got plenty of United fans out here as well. This looks like a family, so I'm going to try and get some reaction here. Hey guys, so we're currently with MUTV. We want to know, are United going to win today?
Yes.
It's going to be a close game, I think.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2? Oh. See, that's the reaction I'm after. Right, who's going to score?
Rashford and Anthony Martial.
Oh, I really hope they do. Now, I want to know, is this a big family affair here? Talk to us about it.
All the way from the Gold Coast.
The Gold Coast affair. A Gold Coast affair, I like the sound of that. So how are you all related then? Tell me.
They all play soccer together.
Yeah, and the same sport.
Oh, that's amazing. So like a little football outing.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know, who's your favourite player?
Rashford.
And who's your favourite player?
Ronaldo.
Oh, what about you?
Probably Rashford.
Oh, okay. I like all that. Now, United are going to win, aren't they? You all agree?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. I like them. Well, thank you, guys. Well, I hope you have an amazing day today, and I'll see you in a bit. Hold on. No, hold on. You've just pointed to a fan and said that's the biggest fan, but that biggest fan just ran away from me.
He did. This one's good.
Biggest fan?
No, not necessarily.
I can see here. I mean, this is a big family right here. Talk to me. Are United going to win?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. We have come all this way, so I hope so.
Come all this way. Where are you from?
Brisbane.
Ooh. So yeah, I like the fact that there's so many people that have travelled for this game. Because how excited are you that United are in Australia?
Yeah, pretty excited. It should be good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway.
Fingers crossed it will be. Now, I guess I'll shoot because the biggest fan...
Talk to him there.
Oh, he's gone. He's fleeing. He's fleeing the MCG. He's gone now. He's Melbourne's now. That's it. So we're going to wander over here anyway, because there is... Oh, we see the away jersey's on sale. So we're trying to figure out who is going to get the away jersey. Right, is anyone getting the new away jersey? Anyone? You don't know? Do you like the new away shirt?
I want to get the home one, but they've got none left.
What? You're gonna have to.
Sold out already.
You're gonna have to get yourself to a shop after this then and try and get it. You need to rep it
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. There we go. So everyone's loving it. So this is what's going on out here. I'm gonna venture inside to and see what the fans in there are thinking, and I'll see you in a bit.
Erik ten Hag out there now. Some of the players have come out. The goalkeepers are out. This is, of course, the part of the evening where the players just go through their warm-ups and get prepared for the game. Robbo, when you are doing this kind of thing, are you aware of your surroundings? Are you aware that you are in one of the most historic and iconic sports venues in the world?
No, it's great to come out, and it's a great stadium. You know, the lighting's brilliant. You know, so yeah, you look forward to these are great experiences that you come in other side of the world, and it's a great pitch, big pitch. You know, so it's nice to play in these sort of arenas.
David De Gea back in net now. He picked up just a little knock, wasn't it, in the game in Bangkok against Liverpool, but he is our undisputed number one. He saw off the challenge of Dean Henderson with impeccable displays last season. We have often said without Ronaldo at one end scoring the goals and David De Gea at the other, we might not have even qualified for Europa League. But how crucial does David remain here at the club?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned because when he actually caught that ball and he ran towards the edge of the box, he pulled up fairly sharp, and you were thinking, oh wow, I hope he hasn't done his hamstring here, because you don't want interference like that to the start of the season. But no, I think everybody says, you know, with David and Ronaldo, they were the only two last season who played to their potential. I think all the other lads were under par last year for whatever the reasons, lack of confidence, just weren't quite sure about the role they had to play in the team. But those two, I think, can stand up and say, well, you know, they did okay.
Yeah, arguably so to the Brazilian midfielder Fred, who had a good season and produced his best numbers, and we had the chance to sit down with him in the build-up to this one.
It's the first time we've had a chance to speak to you this pre-season. How was your summer break? Do you feel refreshed and ready to go?
É muito bom, né, ter essa pré-temporada aqui junto com os companheiros, com o novo treinador. Estamos trabalhando muito e para a gente estar bem, chegar bem no campeonato e logo vamos estar bem, estar firme para começar bem a Premier League.
We've spoken to a lot of the players about the new manager, Erik Ten Hag. What kind of things has he been saying to the squad? What kind of messages has he been getting across so far?
Cara, ele é grande treinador que gosta muito de trabalhar, tem muitas ideias, diferente das ideias que tínhamos aqui na temporada passada, né, ou de outros treinadores. E temos que tentar assimilar o mais rápido possível, né, para levar para dentro de campo. Então, ele tem o jeito dele de jogar, as ideias dele, e vem nos ajudando, nos ensinando ali dentro de campo, como ele quer os ajustes, vem falando com os jogadores, conversando bastante. Então, isso é importante para nós, para o grupo. Espero que nossos jogadores nós possamos assimilar o mais rápido possível para levar para dentro de campo.
We have to talk about your absolutely brilliant goal against Liverpool in the first game of the tour. I mean, is that the best one you've ever scored, do you think?
Não, acho que não. Acho que eu fiz gol contra o Alisson também, quando ele jogava no Shakhtar contra a Roma. Foi gol muito bonito na Champions. Foi gol também que decisivo ali, acho que foi mais importante, né? Mas não menos bonito. Mas fico muito feliz por começar bem a pré-temporada. Com gol, com o jogo que nós fizemos também foi um grande jogo. O estádio estava muito quente, a cidade. Um pouco difícil de jogar, primeiro jogo pré-temporada, mas conseguimos nos sair bem e temos que continuar passo a passo para poder tentar alcançar nossos objetivos.
The little chip that you tried, is that something you do a lot in training, or is it something that's just, you know, spur of the moment?
Cara, acho que foi do momento ali, aconteceu, eu vi que aconteceu o lance, vi que o Alisson estava adiantado e acabou que eu cavei por cima dele ali, a bola sobrou, veio bonito para cavar. Eu pensei em chutar forte, mas ele estava muito adiantado, então na hora pensei em cavar ali e acabou que saiu bonito gol.
There's a lot of young players in this squad at the moment. Do you think they've taken the opportunity to impress so far, and have they impressed you as well?
Claro, eu acho que os jovens jogadores têm muita qualidade, vem impressionando o treinador também, vem fazendo grandes treinos, grandes partidas agora na pré-temporada. Espero que eles possam nos ajudar, né? Tem os mais velhos que tentam ajudar também um pouco eles a chegar mais tranquilo aqui na equipe, então que eles possam fazer grande trabalho e nos ajudar futuramente.
So Fred has basically had a lot better season last time out, and he now has the challenge of having to keep his place in that team. We've got Christian Eriksen arriving. There's some discussion that Lisandro Martinez could play defensive midfield. If you believe the reports, we are still in the race for Frankie de Jong. How crucial is it that Fred takes this part of pre-season, really embraces it and shows the new manager exactly what it's all about?
Oh, well, at a football club, that's what it's all about, Sully. You've got to have competition for places in every area of the pitch. And so you want them to be in good form. because you want to make it difficult for the manager to leave you out. And so that's what Scott McTominay, that's what Fred's got to do. You know, for me, Charlie Savage has done well in the 2 games that he's played so far. He's worked hard, he hasn't given the ball away. You know, he closes people down really well. So, you know, as a kid, he's come in and he's done nothing wrong at the moment. You know, and this is a great opportunity to impress the manager because you want to start the season. And like you say, with all the new signings that's going on at the moment, when they come in the camp, you want to be staying in the team. You don't want to be left out.
Yeah, absolutely. He starts alongside his midfield partner, Scott, tonight. A game which you can watch with us here on the official Manchester United app. So make sure you've got that downloaded. You can watch the full match with us. And sometimes the Scott and Fred midfield axis has suffered a bit of criticism, but they do know each other's game really well. And when they both play well, they can be very effective together.
Look at the can. You know, last season, yeah, it just didn't work out for us. But when you look at the season before and the season before that, it was mainly McTominay and Fred who were sitting in that midfield area and giving Bruno the license to go wherever he wanted to. You know, so it does work. But they have got to be on top form to make it work. And now with this extra competition coming in, like I say, it's about them building the confidence, getting an understanding to play together. But what I want to see from both of them is to get more goals.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason why they can't. You know, and they've just got to work off each other. One goes forward, tries and scores a goal. If the other one's not going forward, then you've got to balance off each other. And they can do that because they've got decent football brains.
Yeah.
And that's what they've got to get into the game.
And again, maybe the new manager finds another dimension to each of their games. He certainly seems to have the knowledge and the awareness to be able to do that. As you can see, our players are now out to do their warm-up. A big round of applause from all the supporters in the stadium for them. And speaking of the supporters, Zara is still making her way around the stadium. I think she's inside the MCG now, finding some fans. Zara?
So we are now pitchside. I'm wondering, there's loads of fans in the concourse bit, but fans are now starting to get into the stand. And I've got some fans right here, so introduce yourself.
I'm Harrison Phillips and I play for Patriots.
Elijah Walters, play for Patriots.
Nate Animar, play for Patriots.
And there's everyone here too. What's your name, mate?
Christian Percy, 13, play at Andrews Farm.
I'm Cooper, and I'm 8, turning 9.
Can I just say, you're 8, turning 9, and you're nearly my height. I mean, I'm not really blessed in this department, but you are getting really tall, so you're going to be towering over me very soon. Now, you shouted at me before. MUTV fans, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. I saw on Friday. I was watching the game at home.
Now, how excited are you for tonight's game?
Very.
That did sound very excited. Now, who is going to win?
Manchester United. Man United, straight up.
Now, who's going to score for us?
Sancho.
Rashford.
Anthony Martial.
I like the passion. Everyone's going to score by the sounds of it. Now, how excited are you to have Manchester United here in Australia?
Very. I'm just happy about Harry Maguire. Maguire.
Now, where are you from?
Adelaide.
Adelaide. Oh, amazing. So, is this your entire group that's here tonight?
Thanks for joining us at the MCG. Back to Sully.
All the family is here.
Basically, yeah.
Now, I've got the little one right here. Now, talk to me. Are United going to win?
Yes. About like 3-0.
Oh, well, 3-0 is going to be magnificent. Well, thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in a bit and enjoy the game. Yeah. Now we've got some more fans all the way over here too. This is great. Goes away. All right, yeah. Up the Reds. Oh, hold on. We've got to get used here. There's some big waves. Talk to us. So, are United going to win tonight?
Yes.
Now, talk to me about this family. Where are you all from?
New South Wales, Sydney.
So, Sydney Reds, I like it. Now, talk to us about the game tonight. How do you think it's going to go?
I I don't know. It's going to be good.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, is it going to be a hat trick? Is it going to be some tackles? Is it going to be a bit feisty?
Yeah, it'll be very feisty. I don't know. Could be anyone.
It could be anyone. Who knows? Who do you think is going to score?
It's going to be Marshall.
I like it. I like this. Plenty of different goal scorers. Well, enjoy the game, guys. Plenty more Reds. Honestly, it's amazing to see the Australian Reds that are here right now. Yeah, the podcast. Yes. Now talk to us. Are United going to win tonight?
Of course they are. Yeah, it's Palace, isn't it? The rubbish.
I like that passion. Now, is it going to be really easy?
Probably not. They need to get the fitness up as quick as they can. But yeah, probably 3-1 United.
And who's going to score? And like, are you excited for Erik ten Hag's Red?
Oh, definitely. He's got them working, hasn't he? But of course, you've still got to get some more players in. Hope Dion comes in. But apart from that, hopefully get some work in tonight and pushing.
Now, I've got to ask, where are you from?
I'm originally from Manchester, but I moved up from Brisbane. So I come down from Brisbane. I lived in Brisbane for 10 years.
I thought I recognised a local accent there. I got quite excited. It's nice to see that there's plenty of people that have travelled all over. Oh, we've got the new away kit. I've got to speak to you. So how interesting is this new away kit?
Oh, it's mean, eh? I love it. We just got it straight out the stadium, eh? All three of us.
That's amazing. You're going to be repping it tonight, and how excited are you to see the lads repping?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, eh? I've never really seen a game before, so it's going to be awesome.
I hope you have a great time tonight then. And what's score going to be?
4-2 to United.
Heaps of goals. Heaps of goals are going to occur. Well, there's Sancho shirts, everything. Hopefully they'll do good. All right. Quick score prediction.
7-0 Man United.
I cannot wait. Oh, 7-0, 10-0 at least. Oh, well, thank you very much, guys. So, yeah, so this is what's going on here. We've got all the fans lining up here. Hi, everyone. Yes. So that's what everyone's thinking here. And back to you guys.
Yeah, nice one, Zara. 7-0's probably a little optimistic. But we're certainly hoping for more goals, obviously, after scoring 4 in each of the first 2 tour games. And goals that have been shared all over the pitch as well. That man, Marcus Rashford, has already found the net, and he's another player we just want to keep firing, don't we? He needs to keep on the goal-scoring trail and get that confidence back up to where it belongs.
Yeah, look, Sully, it's a big 3-4 months for Marcus. You've got the World Cup coming up, and if he starts playing really well, he's firing on all cylinders, and he gets goals for United, all of a sudden he can find himself back in the England team, in the World Cup. And so, like I say, it's a big 3 months for Marcus, because he did lose his confidence. He lost his way last season. But sometimes, it's very easy to get back, to where you want to be. And I'm sure he'll be determined because of the World Cup as well. And he's a local lad from Manchester, and he wants to do well for the club.
Yeah, well, same, like we said earlier, could be said of Anthony Martial. We know that he needs to keep scoring goals, keep his confidence going. But Erik ten Hag earlier, Robbo, said that some of the players will get 60 minutes tonight. How much can we read into that? Are the players that are going to get 60, maybe 70 minutes the ones that are most likely at the moment to be starting against Brighton on August 7th?
Yeah, I think what it'll be tonight, players will be doing 60, 70 minutes, and then when we get to the Villa game, the players who didn't get the 60, 70 minutes will probably do the 60, 70 minutes. Then when we get, this is how I would look at it as a manager, when you get to the Oslo game and the game at Old Trafford, now you maybe give them 90 minutes because you're leading into the Brighton game.
Yeah, well, it'll be fascinating to see who does play a little bit longer tonight. OK, let's go to Old Trafford now, because Niall is there waiting for us to have a look at the formations in box-to-box.
It's not often that Melbourne is cooler than Manchester, but that's where we're at today. United's third pre-season game of the tour, and today Crystal Palace the opposition. Same venue as where United played against the Melbourne Victory, the iconic, historic Melbourne cricket ground, the MCG. Let's focus quickly on Crystal Palace before we take a look at Manchester United. 4-3-3 is their formation. When Patrick Vieira took the reins as manager, replacing Roy Hodgson at the start of last season, a fair few people tipped Crystal Palace for the drop. In the end, they actually played pretty well. They changed the style. Patrick Vieira implemented his philosophy very well, and the players really took it on board. They had a few contract issues as well, which they sorted out, and it ended up in Vieira being nominated for the Manager of the Season award. He didn't win it in the end, but I think that just shows what a great job he did do last season. One big miss for Crystal Palace, though, will be Conor Gallagher, the Chelsea player who was on loan at Palace, really impressed last season in the middle of the park. He was really getting up and down from the edge of the box to the edge of the other box, that real box-to-box role that has become really common and really popular, actually, in a lot of Premier League teams now. Really influential player. They're going to miss him, and they're going to find it difficult to replace him. Actually, I think what's important to focus on here for Crystal Palace is that they don't have a great deal. They don't have a full first-team squad over in Australia at the moment, so there might be a few younger faces introduced. So that will give United's players a decent test as well. I think the midfield is something that's really interesting because we know Manchester United in the midfield region are looking to try and strengthen and try and tighten things up a little bit in that midfield. So that will be a good battle between those two today, the two midfields of Palace and United respectively. Moving on to Manchester United then, 4-2-3-1. Let's try and shift everyone up a little bit. That's what you really want to see. You want to see those wide players engaging the fullbacks. And if we just move everyone up ever so slightly, I think what we've seen, particularly in that first game actually against Liverpool, was David De Gea in a much more advanced position than we usually see him, higher towards the edge of his own box. Normally we see him slightly more retreated and a little bit more conservative, but that's great to see him out in a slightly more higher position and maybe taking a little bit more responsibility with that kind of sweeper-keeper role that we've not come to associate with David, who's an unbelievable goalkeeper, but maybe that is an area that he's just looking to strengthen. In terms of going forward, what I've really liked from Manchester United is a lot of this. A lot of players getting to the byline, or at least close to those corner areas, and cutbacks. We've seen Anthony Martial actually score a couple of goals from just inside the penalty area, maybe on the penalty spot, 12 yards, 6 yards out, just sweeping the ball into the back of the net and finishing. We've seen a lot of that, and that's something that I think that United can use really well. With the pace they've got in their side, Sancho, rapid, Elanga even faster, and Marcus Rashford's not short of a few yards of pace either. So I think if United can use these players, get them up and down the flanks, and cut balls into someone like Martial, who inside the 6-yard box in particular is a pretty deadly finisher, I think that should give United some joy, as we have seen in the first two pre-season games so far. So that's how I see things tactically, hoping for a good game at the MCG today.
Yeah, good work there, Niall. Looking at our formation, Robbo, I mean, it was a good thing that the way Eric loves to play, it's kind of the 4-3-3 anyway, or 4-2-3-1, however you want to dress it up, with 3 centre mids, normally one of them more attacking, a couple of wide players and a single striker. So that's the way we have been playing for a while. So it wasn't like they all had to learn a totally new formation. It's just how they use that formation.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to the way we have been playing over the last 3 years. But he's just tweaked a few things. I think the full-backs are coming further in the park, so you're not exposed when people are counter-attacking on you if you give the ball away. So he's got that sort of side. I think the wide players are keeping to the width because that's the way the Dutch teams like to play, or the way the coaches like them to play. So we're just giving it that bit of width, which is exposing where Sancho and Rashford can get at people 1v1. So those are just little tweaks. But all I can say is that at the moment the players are going to press, and they're pressing well without selling themselves, because last season when we went to press, we were just selling ourselves and people are just playing around us, where that's not happening in the first 2 games. So we've got to keep improving on that, because you're always really dangerous. If you win the ball high up the park, you're always really dangerous when you win that ball high up the park to be able to get yourself a goal.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the formation, how it evolves, and see how different people use the same kind of starting lineup, but how they each play it that little bit differently, and Eric seems to know it very, very well. Okay, now one player who will be desperate to make a big impression on tour. He had a breakthrough season last time out, and he's on the fringes of that first team. Can he make a starting berth its own? It's Anthony Elanga.
So how's pre-season going so far? I think, is it your first tour with United?
It's my first ever tour with United, and I'm really enjoying it so far. You know, seeing how big our fan base is, and you know, exploring different countries is special, and you know, I'm truly grateful to be able to do this, and I just want to continue to work hard, and you know, I'm looking forward to more games here in Australia. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
And what have you made of the reception so far? Because there was a lot of fans, especially in Bangkok, wasn't there? Around the streets and everything.
Yeah, Bangkok was crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
In the hotel, arriving to the hotel, they're always there, and you know, it just shows, like I say, how big the fan base is, and our fans are truly special, I think. And even when we played against Liverpool, the reception we got coming into the game, half-time, end of the game, is special.
And how's pre-season gone so far? Because obviously there's a new manager.
Yeah.
I think you've been back for 2 weeks because of the internationals, but has he been working you hard? And is that the aim of the game at the moment, just to get the fitness up, really? Yeah,
he's a top manager. From what I've seen for the 2 weeks that I've been here, you know, he thinks about the details a lot, on the ball, off the ball. We're thinking more how we're going to play. We've got a way of playing, and I feel like the season's going to be really good.
And in terms of the matches so far, I think you've started one, come off the bench, and the other, so 45 minutes in each. And how are you feeling after those? Obviously 2 good wins.
I'm warming up. I think I feel like I feel really good. I feel like I'll feel even better, and it's all about, you know, working hard in training, working hard in games, and obviously repaying the favour that the manager puts in you. Take the opportunities that are given to you, and for me, I just want to keep my head down and keep doing what I'm doing.
Obviously, fans are always really excited about signings, and yesterday it was announced that Christian Eriksen will be joining, fellow Scandinavian like yourself, and you'll have played against him as well. So how excited are you about meeting up with him and obviously playing with him?
I'm excited. Like you say, another Scandinavian in the team is special now. That makes 3 of us now in the team, and it'll be nice to meet him and play with him. He's a special player, really good player, and played against him. I had the honour to play against him last season, and you could see his qualities from there, and I feel like he'll be a great contribution to the team.
And what do you think he can add? Because, I mean, for me, he was probably one of the better players towards the end of the season, and he really helped Brentford, didn't he, when he came in halfway through? So
his creativity, his both feet, he's good at set pieces as well, so we've got a lot of good set pieces in the team, so it's going to add a lot of quality to the team, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to play with him. Hopefully put some balls in behind for me to run into and, you know, score, and he'll be nice.
Just finally, after tour, we'll start the season with a home game against Brighton. Obviously, it's a great way to start the season, a game at Old Trafford with the new manager in charge, and how much is everyone really working towards that one and looking ahead towards it?
Obviously, we're all taking it step by step, you know, training by training, but no, we're also looking forward to the start of the season as well. From the way we've been training and the way we've been playing, scoring a lot of goals, which is staying. We want to score goals. We want to be able to keep the ball. So yeah, we're all eager and raring to go for this season to start.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you download the official app so that you can watch the game live with us. Zara's rejoined us after her little soiree with the fans. Brilliant, you found some people in the new away shirt, even got some fan predicting a crazy 7-0 scoreline, which we'd love. Don't think it'll happen though, but was that a bit of fun out there?
It was great. I mean, I don't think it would be me if I didn't find any craziness, because I feel like that's just my vibe. But I mean, it's so great to see how passionate the fans are here, because I've grown up being a United fan myself, and we're all very passionate, but the fact that you see it's actually an international club first-hand, it's amazing to see, especially because these fans have got to wake up at all hours just to come and watch the games. So the fact they get to see the team in person, you can just see how excited they actually are.
And they'll get to see, hopefully, Anthony Elanga, who we just heard from in the second half.
Yeah, Elanga has been great. I mean, Robbo, how excited have you been with Elanga, with how he's getting to the team? Because he's very down to earth as well. I mean, you've got to speak to him in person, and he is very chilled out and relaxed, and that means that he's very coachable as well.
No, it's really good, you know, because this is what you want. You want some of the young lads to come through, break into the first team squad. And when he first came into the team last season, he played really well. He was quick, he was direct. He's a strong lad for his age, you know, and he's very quick, which is always helpful when you're a centre forward or whether you play to the width. So I think he'll only improve. Yeah. He did tail off just towards the end of the season, wasn't quite as good as when he first got into the team, but that's what young lads do. They just, you know, they play really well for quite a few games, then they just tail off, need a little bit of a rest, come back in, and hopefully they're even stronger and better when they come back into the team. Yeah. I think that's exactly what's happening with him.
Yeah, for sure. I remember seeing him in the last pre-season when we were at QPR, and it wasn't a great performance overall by the team, but Anthony impressed, and Coley was pitchside then, and he said Anthony could even play through the middle. Ultimately, he's got so much pace, and he makes those runs in behind the defence, which sometimes some modern-day forwards don't like to do. They prefer to drop deeper and get involved in the build-up.
Well, when I was talking to Darren Fletcher, he was saying that he's probably the quickest in the club. You know, so if you've got speed like that, you know, that's really helpful to be able to get in behind people. But it's having the intelligence of where to run, and I'm sure that this manager and the coaches will sort of tutor him on that, where you know, he uses that pace to good effect by making the right runs.
And how does he take his game to the next level now? What's key for Anthony in his development?
To get in that box and score goals.
Sounds simple enough.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
No, but that's what it's all about. So if you get 4 chances in a game, can you put 2 of them away? You know, we talk about Coley, we talk about Dwight York, Ollie, you know, these sort of lads, you give them 2-3 chances, they'll always score. You can't keep missing when you're getting great chances, especially if you want to go to the level that Manchester United want to go to.
Yeah, in those big games, those chances are definitely at a premium. I mean, goal scoring is such an art as well. It's why the strikers are paid the big bucks, isn't it?
I know, the midfield players should have got all the big bucks.
This man could definitely get paid the big bucks. He's well worth it. £200-300 million player in the modern market, I am sure. Earlier, Robbo said that he's really interested to see how Tyrell Malacia does starting the game tonight, and we can hear from him next.
Tyrell, you're a couple of weeks into your Manchester United career now.
Yeah.
How do you feel it's gone so far?
Good. Yeah, I really feel like I'm at home already. The guys took me in the group, and it feels good. Yeah.
Has it been a bit of a whirlwind because you signed just before coming on tour, and obviously it's been very busy since then?
It's all new for me, like being to Thailand, being in Australia for the first time. So yeah, it's all new, but I like it.
You described Man United as one of the biggest clubs in the world when you signed. Have you seen that with all the fans turning out to see us in Thailand and Australia?
Yeah, I saw it in Thailand, saw it here. It's really big. Yeah.
Is it crazy? Is it more than you expected?
Yeah, it was more than I expected.
Has your time out here made you able to get to know the squad better? What's the team spirit like?
Yeah, it does. Like when we have a meal, you talk a lot. In the hotel, you talk a lot with each other, so you get to know the players and the team. So, yeah, I really like it.
You made your first appearance for United in the 4-0 win over Liverpool, and we spoke to you briefly afterwards, but just describe that experience and what it was like pulling on that red shirt.
Yeah, it felt great, like to put on that shirt to play for the badge, and I'm looking forward to play in the Premier League and play these kind of games.
You featured 45 minutes in Melbourne as well, so do you feel like you're getting minutes in your legs now and getting ready for the new season?
Yeah, of course. We're working hard every day, so every minute that I'm getting, I'm really happy with it, and I still have to make some steps, and I'm really looking forward to the other games.
We've just signed Christian Eriksen. He's probably someone you know all about. What do you think he'll add to the squad?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I've seen him in the Eredivisie in Holland playing, some in the Premier League. I think he can give us some good qualities. So I'm really happy that he's joining our squad.
He's a player with a lot of experience. There's quite a lot of young players in our squad and a few older ones. So you think there's a good blend of youth and experience?
Yeah. There's a good balance, and I think the younger guys can learn from the older guys, and otherwise the same. So yeah, it's a good balance.
Just wanted to ask you a few questions about your nickname. I've heard you called the Smiling Dutchman. You always seem to be very happy. Is that just what you are like as a person?
Yeah, I've always been like this, so I'm always smiling, and yeah, that's just me.
But then another nickname you have is the Pitbull, which kind of goes against that.
That's when I'm on the pitch, I'm always like I'm a different person.
So you're easily able to turn that on and off when you step onto the pitch. You spoke a lot in your first interview about the influences on your career, Davids, Van Persie. Are there any other influences from your time with Feyenoord or Holland that you can think of?
Yeah, I had one guy, Orkun Kokcu. He was younger than me, but we were always together, and he will always, even when I'm down, he always had something to cheer me up, and otherwise it was the same. So I'm really missing him, but I speak to him every day, and he's like a little brother to me.
Have you struck up a bond with any of your teammates yet? I think we've seen you quite a lot with Anthony Elanga. Would you say you're friends with him?
Yeah, I'm good with Anthony, Tait, of course, Hannibal, Ethan, Jimmy, mostly the younger guys. A couple of the older guys like Eric, Alex, they speak a lot with me, learning about the group and the things, yeah.
And Van Persie sent you that message, didn't he, after you signed? What did you make of that one?
Yeah,
he said that?
Yeah. I spoke a lot with him. Also, before I made this step, after and before the final of the Conference League, I spoke with him a lot about his experience and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I know what you need to play here and what I have to bring.
And just finally, he described you in that, I think, as a fantastic person, and he picked out your work ethic and self-belief. Do you think those are your driving qualities that you have and you can bring to this team?
Yeah, of course. Also my football qualities, and I want to bring the energy and the spirit also in this team, yeah.
Yeah, really hope he does well. He's a really nice lad. Some Tyrell Malacia Majiki, I think that sign said.
What is Magic?
Was it Magic?
Yeah, Magic. You got to say it.
I hope he is Magic.
Well, we really want him to do well. He is such a good lad. Comes with a decent reputation garnered from his time with Feyenoord in Eredivisie. But he does have to displace Robbo if he wants to start. England fullback Luke Shaw, who he might have had a few problems with his form last season, but like we've said plenty of times, pretty much the whole team did. But he is still a wonderful fullback, and Luke Shaw, at his very best, is one of the top fullbacks in the world.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about earlier, competition for places. And that's healthy for the squad, and it's good for the manager. So, Tyrell, hopefully he can prove himself that he is good enough to sort of really challenge Luke and keep Luke right on his toes. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he develops.
I think one thing as well, especially from the interview, is that the mentality that he's got. He talks about how he's always smiling, and it's good to have a positive mentality to push you through a tough pre-season, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody said what a good lad he is. He's got, smiling round the training ground and everything. That's really important, that you're enjoying what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve. You know, so he seems as if he's a really good lad, and let's hope he can prove it on the football pitch.
And he's at that age where he can develop a lot still, isn't he? And Boyle County is a very coachable player. He is another who takes that instruction very well, and he is desperate to learn. He really wants to improve, and he really wants to impress. It's great to hear that kind of thing.
That's what you want to hear from young kids when you're getting information about them. You want them to be players who've got real ambition, and you know, they want to improve and they want to get into the first team.
Okay, now the legends are 3 legends on tour. We've got 4 legends. Can't leave Albert Morgan out of it.
Albert is a legend.
Albert is a legend, absolutely.
He's the biggest ledge.
In his household and in his mind he is, for sure. But Coley, Robbo, Den, Albert are legends with us on tour. They've been having a wander around town.
To meet you here then. Manchester Lane in the middle of Melbourne.
Ironic.
God, this is unbelievable. Oh, you can see why the Brits want to come and live out here.
He's panicking already.
Oh! There's the pigeons, what do they do? Oh! Oh! You're trying to see me off, you lot!
More importantly, you've got the legendary Brian. I mean, yeah, how good. Never thought this would happen.
That is nice.
The garlic, the cheese, tomato, like a margarita pizza.
That's beautiful. Cheers then. Cheers, Robbo. He's doing a good day. Yeah.
Well, enjoying yourself there then, weren't you?
Well, he's a good chef. Never had it before, but duck lasagna was absolutely gorgeous.
And you know what, one thing I've got to talk about as well, Albert. I was there for that Melbourne Sky Deck, and it was interesting. We both walked the plank, virtual reality, but his screams say it all, don't they?
It certainly does.
I don't think he's quite embraced modern technology at Albert, has he?
I'm going to get him there. I'm going to work with him really hard. He's not going to be a technophobe. He's going to be so with it. It's going to be unbelievable.
Nah, I don't believe that's going to happen.
That's a challenge I like to
I'm glad
accept.
to hear that Robert didn't poison anyone with his cooking either. So now he can cook properly. I think he has to treat Denise a little bit when he gets home. But your thoughts on Melbourne? I mean, this is the last day we are here. We fly to Perth tomorrow. What's your impression been?
Well, I've been here quite a few times. It's a great modern city. The sporting facilities are second to none in this city. And that's so hopefully the lads can finish it off with another good win tonight. And then let's get to Perth, because that's another lovely Australian city.
Yeah, a little bit warmer than here as well. Now the hosts are just warming up the crowd a little bit. As you imagine, the biggest crowd is supporting Manchester United. There are a lot of Palace fans here as well. Did you see many of the Palace fans when you were going about?
I did. Well, I've seen a couple of them, and they were saying that, oh, Palace are going to win. You know, they're always a bit passionate. I mean, to be fair, all 3 of us were here for the debate filming, and there were some Palace fans here for the open training session.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They were very feisty. They were determined that they were going to win. But
there we go. Got the pre-match show again. Now, I wasn't prepared for this first time, and when a firework went behind me, I nearly jumped
a bit.
I did, just a little bit, yeah. Reminds me of the time that Gary Neville jumped. Remember when we were away in Europe? And
oh, yes.
Great scenes.
I tell you what, Sully, the best one ever of that was when Mickey Phelan burst the balloon and
Sir Alex. Yeah.
Yes.
Sir Alex certainly let him know all about that.
Yes, so thank you very much. Now we're going to go to Tour View. This is where the lads have been hanging out with the fans and hanging around at the hotel.
Hi guys, Ethan Laird here. We are currently in Melbourne meeting some of the fan base. Good turnout. Yeah, we're signing things, answering questions. The lads are kind of busy at the moment, so I'll try to get their attention, but I'm not sure it'll work. Alex.
Hi guys.
Mates, say hello to the fans. Hello fans. Let me wrap that up.
Big season, boys, big season. Great to be with the fans. What do you think, Matty?
I mean, it's been brilliant. So you could see the support here, so enjoying every single bit.
Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Got all the flags here. Brilliant flags. Good stuff, boys. Good. See you later, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. Photo with us at Legends. No worries, mate. See you later. It's great to be in the tour. What do you think, Matty? You like it?
I mean, like I said, I've been enjoying it so far, especially with you, big man. So I to play with you.
The best thing about the tour, meeting the fans, seeing them smile, the fan base this club has got is incredible. I've been with Ethan all day. He's boring me now, though, so yeah, I'm happy to get rid of him.
What talk? You know I'm not boring.
I'm here with the guys. Smile. Hi guys. Smile.
Maybe I don't want to smile.
Oh my God, Ethan.
You know how it is.
Hi guys, I really enjoyed the tour with everyone. Feel like home already. The fans make me feel like I'm at home already. The guys make me feel like this. The team manager, everything, the staff. So I'm happy to be here and looking forward to play in the Premier League and play at Old Trafford and win some prizes. Ciao.
Hi guys, hello. I'm finished for today. I think thank you all fans in the stadium yesterday. They helped us. Thank you so much. We keep moving.
Your goal versus Liverpool. Talk us through it.
Yeah. It's happened sometimes. Yeah, the ball is gone. I chip it for Alisson. But the most important, the victory against Liverpool, the victory yesterday, and we need to keep moving.
And his goal versus Liverpool?
Luck.
Qualidade.
Luck.
Tommy in the face of Manchester United Instagram. Tom, do us one more, mate.
I got cane for the last one. I'm not doing another.
I thought you were really good. The face of Instagram, Tom Eaton.
So, yeah, the face of Instagram, Tom Heaton there. I mean, how good is it, Robbo, to see the camaraderie between the teammates?
No, it's great when the lads get together and they're doing that sort of thing, you know, rather than just on the training ground. It's great when they're out and they're meeting the fans and they're doing interaction, things like that. Get to know each other that lot better.
Yeah, they've embraced it, haven't they, the players, very much so. Not only what's happening on the training pitch and on the pitch on a match day, but what's happening around the club as well, what's happening off the pitch, meeting and greeting the fans, getting some time with the staff just to get familiar with everybody who works at this brilliant football club. So it's been absolutely superb to see. Some final thoughts from you then, Robbo, as the pre-match show draws to a conclusion and we await the arrival of the two teams. We said at the top of the show, but let's reiterate, what are you expecting to see from our lads?
Nice bright start, you know, a good pace to the game, taking on board what the manager has been saying and how they've implemented it in the first two games. Let's get straight at that right from the kick-off and put in another good performance. That's what I'm looking for.
You excited for it, Zara?
I'm very excited. I mean, this is the second to last pre-season game, so this is where Eriksen will be making his final decisions as to who he could think is going to be in his starting lineup for the first Premier League game of the season. So it's vitally important that the lads work hard.
Yeah, we've got the game in Oslo, a game at Old Trafford, but we stop in Perth next. So this is the final game in Melbourne. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, then make sure you go to the official app now for all of the match action. Get that downloaded. The teams are about to arrive, so we will hand over to your match commentators, Stuart Gardner and Ben Thornley.
Hi everybody. Well, it's all a bit upside down appropriately as United are in Australia. The temperature in Manchester today is the sort you'd expect United to endure in a normal pre-season tour, whilst conditions in Melbourne are more akin to a chilly autumnal day in Manchester. But what is for sure is it's much more suitable for football down under today.
Yeah, it's not very often when the team goes on pre-season training at the time of year that they do, that they're going to somewhere that is actually cooler than Manchester, even though we know that back in the UK it's a heat wave at the moment, but it's more conducive to what they're trying to get out of it at the moment, and that is to be able to get minutes into the legs, to be able to have the conditions to make that easier for them, and they're definitely getting that in Melbourne.